said, if anybody kills me, it's Drake. And do you think that for one moment, here today, days after the event, he's killed by two masked men, right? He came out on social media and said, guys, before he dies, if anybody kills me, it's Drake. Do you think in that time span that they went and they addressed him, they talked to him? No. Do you think sitting here today, years later, any detective has ever asked, Drake or anybody like that? No. They never did that. She's going to stand up, sit there, and she's going to tell you that the reason that she wanted security with Mr. Onfroy on the day that he was shot was because of the issues that he had with Drake and Migos. She's going to tell you that.
Drake has now been ordered to appear in court to speak on sacrificing XXXTentacion in an effort to end their feud. The news has been making rounds on social media, with some claiming it was absurd, while others support the fact that Drake is indeed the culprit who ended the young rapper's life. About 2 months after the defense team for Drake Williams, one of the 3 suspects on trial for the murder of XXXTentacion, listed a slew of artists as potential witnesses in December, Drake, one of those artists, is now being ordered to appear in court. It seems that due to a feud between Drake and X, whose real name is Jose Onfroy, defense attorney Mauricio Padilla believes Drake is somewhat connected to 30's death. In an effort to solidify that claim, he tried to subpoena the certified lover boy rapper last month. According to a court document obtained by Billboard, even after being given notice, Drake failed to appear on his scheduled deposition date of January 27th and is now being ordered to appear for a deposition on February 24th via Zoom video. If he fails to appear again, he may be held in contempt.
Drake was biting your style. That's what the fans were saying.
Flow, hell yeah, bro. You could take his verse, like they did a mashup. They put his verse on my song, and the cadence is literally just at the same tempo. It's not offbeat at all. And if you listen to my song and then you listen to the bro song,
Demon just got out of can. I gave my bro.
Drake's alleged involvement in the young man's end stems from unsubstantiated rumors that swirled following XXXTentacion's death, with X's fans claiming Drake removed him from the industry because he saw him as competition. The two rappers had beef in 2017 over what 30 believed to be a ripoff by Drake of his flows from breakout track Look at Me. On Drake's KMT, during the drama, a story was posted to 30's Instagram page that read, "If anyone tries to kill me, it was a champig nepapi," tagging Drake's Instagram handle. Afterward, he claimed his account was hacked. Unfortunately, he was unalived 4 months later in Deerfield Beach, Fla. According to a court filing, X relentlessly taunted Drake on social media, making statements about his mother and even posting a picture of the rapper's lookalike with semen on his face, following frustrations that Drake didn't lend him a hand during his time behind bars in 2016 to 2017. The filing went on to accuse Drake of having ties to gang-related activities while naming Somali-Canadian rapper Hassan Ali, a suspected member of the Jungle Blood street gang, as a possible associate. Drake has publicly been connected to Ali via his own Instagram posts, and Ali also told Ake Mix that he's Drake's shooter during an interview. In the December filing, Padilla also listed Quavo, Offset, late Migos rapper Takeoff, Tekashi 669 and Joe Budden as potential witnesses, but at a subsequent hearing, prosecutors called the move a stunt. It is apparent from the deliberate, late disclosure of the defendant's witnesses and comments made between the parties that the defendant intended to surprise the state and create a trial by ambush, wrote prosecutor Pascal Achille. Broward Country Circuit Judge Michael Usen then demanded answers from Padilla in writing as to why the superstars were relevant to the case. They are high-profile people, and it's not easy for me to subpoena, Padilla answered. I don't have numbers, but it doesn't mean I won't be able to. Trying to subpoena Drake is not easy. You need a drone. XXXTentacion was shot and killed on June 18, 2018, age 20, after he was ambushed during an apparent robbery as he was leaving a motorsports store in Deerfield. So far, Michael Boatwright is accused of being the shooter, while his friend, Treon Newsom, is accused of being the other gunman. Another one of their friends, Drake Williams, is accused of being the driver, and the 3 friends could all receive life sentences if convicted of first-degree murder. There was a 4th man who prosecutors say was in the SUV named Robert Allen, who pleaded guilty last year to second-degree murder and is set to testify against his former friends at the trial at the Broward County Courthouse in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The defense attorney claimed that it was really hard for them to solve X's case because his slaying came just 4 months after the slaying of 17 people at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland. Thus, the Broward Sheriff's Office was under extreme political pressure to solve the case quickly. For Broward County, for everyone involved, this was a nightmare, said Mauricio Padilla, Williams' attorney. That's why they wanted no part with investigating a celebrity. Some prosecutors say there is no evidence linking Drake to the shooting, and Williams was clearly seen in the store's surveillance video, recognizable through his his distinctive facial tattoos. To make things more clear, he was also identified by one of the clerks. Prosecutor Pascal Achille told jurors that Boatwright, Newzone, Williams, and Allen set out that day to commit armed robberies, but met their prey when Allen and Williams went inside the motorcycle shop to buy masks. Unluckily for XXXTentacion, who, according to witness Leonard Kerr, had $50,000 he had just gotten from the bank hanging out of his bag. The two guys recognized him, and the group seized upon the opportunity, deciding to rob him as he left. Boatwright shot him several times without any provocation, before they took his money and left. To varying degrees, the defendants are linked to the shooting by surveillance video and cell phone locations, and all are implicated through Allen's expected testimony, Achille said. Then there are the social media photos of some of the men flashing the money posted that night. They go on social media and start bragging that they have this influx of cash, Achille said. They flash it like it's Christmas Day. Joseph Kimmock, Boatwright's attorney, claimed his client was at the scene of crime that day, and he pointed the finger at a third man as the possible shooter. A friend, Williams, was seen talking to inside the motorcycle store just before the shooting, who has the same build as his client. He alleged that the friend could have gotten into the SUV Williams was driving outside the view of surveillance cameras, claiming that evidence will show that his client Boatwright was asleep at the home he shared with his grandmother at the time of the shooting. At no point in the surveillance videos will you see Mr. Boatwright. Because he wasn't there, Kimmock said. Kimmock said that it was true that a cell phone linked to his client was near the store where the incident happened, but that it was a community phone used by several men. Kimmock also claimed that yes, Boatwright very stupidly posed with money that night, but that money was Allen's, not Boatwright's. He explained how he fled in fear and then heard the gunshots that killed the rising star. Cares described how XXXTentacion's BMW sports car was blocked by an SUV as Kerr and the rapper pulled out of the Reba Motorsports parking lot near Fort Lauderdale. Kerr said he saw two men who jumped out of the SUV with guns, and the taller man pointed his weapon at him, telling him not to get out of the car, punctuating his command with a curse word. It seems the other man was trying to pull the rapper's gold chain from his neck, and all XXXTentacion could do was ask, "What's this for?" At that point, Kerr said he decided to escape, pushing the button that opened the passenger door. "If I run, I can get shot, but I can live. If I sit," Kerr said, his voicing trailing off until he stopped to regain his composure. Kerr said when he looked back, he saw the taller man pointing his gun at XXXTentacion, and that he heard at least two loud bangs before the men got back into the SUV and sped off, taking with them the $50,000 the rapper had in his designer bag. X was a platinum-selling rising star who tackled issues including prejudice and depression in his songs. Despite his successful career, he drew criticism over bad behavior and multiple arrests, including charges that he severely beat and abused his girlfriend. The controversial rapper had been told that he would be a father a few weeks before he was killed. Drake will have to appear on the 24th and tell his side of the story on whether or not he was actually involved in ending the young talented rapper XXXTentacion. A fan on Twitter said, "Drake really said I paid $500,000 for his soul. He my nemesis afar. It's not a question or a debate at this point." Another said, "He got J Prince and mob ties to hire these boys to take him out." Anyways, let's not forget that this video is based on theories and my opinions and should not be considered facts. That's it for this video, guys.